What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Automation, and today we're going to be redesigning an engine for a car that severely needs an engine redesign. It's the Back to the Future mobile. Yeah, the DeLorean. They shoved a 2.8 liter naturally aspirated V6 rated for 130 fucking horsepower. I don't know why you would make a V6 that would make only 130 horsepower. That's 20 horsepower per cylinder, which is shit. But then make it 2.8, like, why? The Mercedes 1.6 liter V6 alone makes more power than you. Like, I don't know why this engine was even a thing. But I have no clue why it's there and why they decided to shove it in a DeLorean. So today, we're going to be actually fixing that. It's still going to have a V6, but I'm going to increase it to 3 liters. V6 magnesium, a 3 liter V6. Dual overhead cams, 5 valves, aluminum, silicone, and we need that. Skin heavy, we need heavy stuff. Everything's heavy. I'm gonna give it like 11:1 compression. Slightly more sporty compression for cam. And a decently stiff spring. I mean, this thing's not going to be breaking like 1,200 horsepower. No, I don't expect it to. But I'm expecting maybe 400, 500, potentially 600 horsepower from the car. Obviously, we're going to increase it to 8,000 RPM limit. Naturally aspirated. Everything is naturally aspirated. So we're going to make it a little bit newer with direct injection. Unleaded fuel, and everything's up. Tubular race, large ass exhausts, but you know. Alright, it makes 432 horsepower off the bat. That ain't bad. Now that ain't bad. I am not gonna lie. We're just gonna keep increasing the RPM limit to 12,000. It's going to have a Formula 1 derived V6. Why the fuck not? You know, why not? It makes 522 horsepower. Maybe a little bit higher compression. Cam this bad boy out. 600 horsepower. And it's going to sound very mean. Oh, we need that power band to stay up there. 618. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Got a Formula 1 derived engine. Revs up to 12,000 RPMs. Makes 618, which is like 5 times more horsepower than it started off with. It makes 441 Newton meters of torque at almost 10,000 RPM. So they peak torque and peak horsepower around the same time. And they have very, very linear lines here. I obviously wanted to keep it naturally aspirated here. But on nitromethane, it makes 1,400 horsepower. Highly doubt you're going to be putting nitromethane in a Back to the Future car. Methanol. Yeah. You'll probably be putting compressed gas. What about a leaded? 620 horsepower. I'm going with some compressed gas. It makes 630 horsepower there. It's pretty good. I mean, this is a very short video. I'm very happy with it. Unutilized octane. Consider using higher compression. I won't say no to some higher octane, higher compression. Ooh. I'm literally maxed out on my compression. 16:1. This is very, very high power, high stress for a 16:1 compression. But I mean, there's not really any warning saying that the reliability is very low. So I'm assuming it's still quite reliable. It has a 12,000 RPM. Like, I can go back. Like, it's cammed all the way. But it doesn't sound cammed at all. Right there. When you'll be going back to the future, Jesus Christ, that engine will be screaming. Wow. Holy crap. And that power band went pretty smooth. There are no major hiccups or anything. Yeah. I mean, I didn't look at the stats and everything, so let's look at that again. Make sure nothing is, because you want a reliable engine for Back to the Future. You don't want to get stranded in the future, in case your future doesn't look too bright. Okay, that's not a very good point to make, but you can see where I'm coming from. You don't want to get stuck in the future. I don't know why you wouldn't if your future was bright, but still, if it wasn't as bright as it was, and you want to come back and hopefully maybe change some decisions now that you know the future. You don't want the car engine to fail and you not be able to get up to 88 miles an hour. So, we're going to do another poll. And Conrods were a little bit off, but just don't redline the car like any normal car. You don't want to on redline because that will damage your engine for extended periods of time. I didn't see the top and the sides here, so I'm gonna have to redo it just to see how what we're at. Okay, so over here the piston and con rod. Okay, so the RPM is lowering the reliability a slight bit on our con rods and pistons, but then again they're Formula One derived pistons and con rods, so and automation doesn't really have that feature built in yet, so they should hold up. From the high torque, we don't have a lot of torque. We don't have a ton of torque over here at all. Like, it's only making 460 Newton meters, which is around 300 foot-pounds. So, not a lot of torque at all. It's making a decent amount of power. You can see how it just spikes up here and drops down, but honestly, not a lot of torque. I mean, then the DeLorean is a relatively lighter car, so it doesn't need that much torque to get going. And also the manifold and valves they were nowhere near their maximum temperature that they can with that before failure. They're all around 100 at peak. So they're like around 25% or lower. So definitely reliability is a huge plus. But to improve reliability here, I am going to lower the RPM limits to around 10,000. Just so we can do another pull here. Piston doesn't, now the piston and conrod don't really get as much damage. If they're Formula 1 derived, they're not going to receive any damage, and it's quite reliable right now. So, and these numbers look quite alright. Obviously, these have a slightly higher one than we would like, but yeah, it's very reliable. I think this is a great car, great engine to replace the old, I think it was Mitsubishi derived or something, or Volkswagen derived. V6. I don't know what the fuck Volkswagen or Mitsubishi, whoever designed the engine, was thinking. They're probably hoping the factory was going to do some tuning to it, which is probably why they detuned it so much. But I guess the factory just, okay, we got an engine, shove it in the car. And we're done. End of story. So, I guess I did their tuning for them. They should make 646 horsepower and 461 newton meters of torque. I've upgraded the crank a little bit now. It's a 3 liter instead of a 2.85 liter. So, it's a tiny bit bigger, but I think this should do the trick quite well. Well, anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.